What's going on, y'all? So, first off, if you are expecting all the culture, you know what I'm saying, and seeing this title and everything, you're like, who is I Am Lee? I never just subscribed to I Am Lee. Oh no. Um, you did. You just didn't know that I changed the name. So, there is no more all the culture. If you want more of a, story on why that is, then check out the last video I dropped. If you skipped it, or if you just didn't, you seen it and you were like, okay, that's all I need to see, and you want, yeah. So, um, I had to re-edit this because I caught myself saying and like a lot, and no, we're not about to do that. Much more confident over here. No music, as you see. These are gonna disappear after a while. I got an actual microphone, but it goes into a laptop, so I have to invest in that. Trying to change the layout, even though I like being in my room. I don't know. That's a decision that I'm gonna make later. But yeah, here we are, and we're kicking this off with a Reddit story. I know I said I was gonna start Monday, and I am gonna do something on Monday, but also ready to start. I'm not doing anything on Sunday other than playing 2K, and that's already kind of getting a little stale. That's a whole different conversation for another day, and that's probably gonna be on Instagram, not here. But yeah, we're gonna kick it off with this, man, because this was just a whole mess, and you could kind of tell from the title. So beyond any case, with that out the way, let's get on to the story. So here we go. And excuse if I have any grammatical errors. I struggle with speech if you don't know. So yeah, if there's some stuttering or something like that, then again, excuse me. But it goes like this. She says, during the pandemic, my husband became addicted to weed. We both smoked every now and then before, like once a month or thereabouts. There are a lot of people that say, you can't be addicted to weed. You could be addicted to cereal. You could be addicted to playing video games. Okay, so already, yeah, let's have that known right now. When the lockdowns hit, that escalated for him though, as he started smoking daily and then never really scaled it back once things calmed down. Eventually, it was pretty much all he did. He tried quitting a few times, and I encouraged him, but he always fell back. It started eating away at our relationship as he never wanted to do anything with me. He would occasionally join me when we visited, but would always find an excuse to leave early so he can go home and smoke. Yeah, that's a problem. If his priorities, like if you're not a priority, if you're a priority, but you rank slightly lower than weed, that's, yeah, I can understand why you would want to leave that relationship because that is crazy. Like imagine being on a date and then dude gets up and says, all right, this has been nice, but I'd rather go smoke. Like, yeah, there would be no second date. Like, that's wild. Most of his friends are smokers too, so when he hung out with them, they would smoke constantly. So, yeah, Buddy has a bad addiction, and that's, yeah. Usually that does kind of put a strain on friendships, relationships, anything when somebody is putting heavy time into anything, smoking, playing video games. Like a lot of women hate when men, play video games and, oh, I'm on the game with the boys and stuff. You see the memes, like guys will really lock themselves in a room and waste away for like 8 hours a day playing with the boys, hanging out with the boys and stuff like that. But really, it's just those things that a guy always does. There's the mediums, okay? People say, oh, those are just hobbies. Like those are things I just like to do. But there's got to be a middle ground. We cannot sit here and waste most of our day. Now, a hobby, y'all need to know what a hobby is. Jogging is a damn hobby. Basketball is a hobby. I'm not going to go outside and play basketball for 8 hours a day. I'm not about to, waste my entire day doing these things. These don't even seem like things you're just doing to waste the time anymore. These seem like actual parts of your day. You wake up and you actually go and do these things for a set amount of time. And it's like, okay, this was a part of the plans for the day. This is not a hobby. This is just, like a hobby is something. Yeah, I think of a hobby as something that you do to waste the time a little bit. No, guys smoking weed, like that is a part of his day. It's not a hobby. That's a part of his day. So yeah, so far she has plausible reason to be mad at this guy. So here's what the story kind of goes off the rails, all right? Yeah, I know y'all was waiting on that climax to happen. Here it is. I'm not proud of it, but during this rough period, I met someone else. We started chatting at a bar. So yeah, she's married and she went to the bar knowing she wasn't happy with her husband. So you know what time it was. Um, and he just made me feel seen, as I'm sure you were hoping for, and he gave me what my husband wouldn't. I'm sure that's what you were praying for. It eventually developed into real feelings, and that plus the desperation of helplessly seeing my husband in his zombie state made me want to get a divorce. I still love my husband, but I couldn't live with him. He was obviously devastated when I told him, and he quit smoking cold turkey that same day. He threw out all his pipes and weed that he still had, but I didn't think he would stick to it. I'd seen it all before. Before long, the divorce went through and I got my own apartment. I didn't stay there for long though, before I moved in with my new partner. Since my ex and me share a lot of friends and still live near each other, we've kept in touch. And to my amazement, he has stayed clean from weed. I feel like I'm watching him blossom again, and I can't help but I feel like I've made a mistake in leaving him. He's pursuing his hobbies again. He's traveling and visiting friends, just going back to the same fun, adventurous person he was before his addiction. You silly son of a bitch. You left him, and I'm just led to believe that you didn't actually really truly communicate with him, because, again, he was willing to do this. All you had to do was threaten to leave. Now, I'm not sitting here saying, ladies, threaten to leave and they'll do better. But I have some experience with this. One of my exes that I had lived with, she had, she was unhappy. But she never said anything to me. She never talked to me about it. When she actually left, that's when I went through this change. I lost weight, I was willing to go places and all this stuff. I was genuinely happier, going through these changes and these compromises and stuff, because I actually wanted to be with her. Well, that didn't matter, because like 3 days after, she left me, she was already entertaining other guys. She just really, really wanted to be back on the market. And that's kind of what this girl is going through. Like, she really, really wanted to be back on the market. She really, she went, the first things first, red flag, ultimate red flag. Your partner tells you that they went to a club or a bar alone. That's a problem. That's a problem. You got to drink. You want to drink, but you want to drink around other people. That's a problem. That's a big problem. There's going to be a lot of people that probably are like, why can't I go drink by myself? You do understand that there are people watching you. There aren't saints going to the bar. I'm not saying that only bad people go to the bar or the clubs. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is there are literally creeps and jackasses that go there to wait for you to get about 3 drinks in before they make the pathetic attempt to try to, just smash, because they don't want a relationship with a girl that isn't thinking straight. That's just not how that works. And if they do want a relationship, they only want a relationship with you just to keep fucking you. That's literally all it is. So she feels stupid because she didn't think that he'd actually go through with it. I bet if you just would have fucking communicated with him and shown that you were unhappy, none of this would have happened. Instead, you sat there, you were like, okay, well, we both smoke, so it would be a hypocrite for me to complain about this. It was only a problem when he didn't spend time with you, which you definitely could have fucking said to him. I don't know if I'm missing the part where she did say that she spoke to him, but you left, he got better, and you're still with somebody. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to see how this story is going to progress, honestly. So let's see how this story progresses. So, Act 3 here. She says, I love my new partner, but I constantly feel guilty because I still have feelings for my ex-husband too. You just a walking red flag, ain't you? I was with my ex for over 10 years, And there's no one in the world who knows me better than him. And when he's functioning, he's the kindest, most loving man I've ever met. Recently, I was at a party where my ex husband was as well. He and my new partner are cordial, but don't really like to interact, which I understand. I mean, why would you want to talk to someone that's fucking a girl that you were with for 10 years? Like, I wouldn't want to fucking see you either. Like, what? At one point during the evening, I ended up alone with my ex on the balcony, where he told me he misses me every day. So you're both kind of nuts. I almost broke down in tears right there, and I wanted so bad to get down and suck his dick. I mean, so bad to tell him I miss him too, but I held it back. I don't want to make another mistake by leaving my new partner for him, for something that I might be looking at with rose-tinted glasses. He says that he misses you every day. Well, he's not the one that left you. You left him. So I would understand why you're crying because you miss him too. If it were possible, you go to your new partner right now and say, so by chance, are you interested in like a polyamorous relationship? Because I really want to and I got this guy in mind too. I got this guy in mind, if you're down with it, I just by chance, are you bisexual? Because I definitely want to, try something. No, that's a dream scenario for this girl because realistically, she's fucked. She's fucked like how the new guy's fucking her, which I guess is not enough for her. So now she wants to go back to this old guy. Yeah, you made a mistake. You did. You truly, truly did. You truly did. This is why communication is one of the most important things in a relationship. You do not assume stuff. You don't think that things are going to just, oh, okay, well, they'll fix themselves, I guess. Like, maybe he'll just read my mind and he'll know that I'm not happy. Because that's not how it works. Ladies, we can't read your mind. We can't just look at you and just assume we know everything about you. That's not how that works. That's not how this works. Seriously. So this guy actually changed. And I'm going to assume that he's single. Otherwise, he wouldn't just say that he misses his woman every day. Because if he's with a girl and, no. Because then that would make you both pieces of shit. But no, we're just going to keep it at the woman. So she wasn't getting something. She left. And now she's getting something. She's getting attention. She says she loves her new partner and that, he's great and, he's everything. But obviously, you never know what you really had until you lose it. And she lost him. Really, probably in his mind, he's thinking that he lost her. But let's look at it how it really is. She fumbled the bag. He went back to his old great self, before the weed and all that stuff. He transformed. He reverted back to his great self. And now he's great alone. It won't be too long until some other girl realizes how great this guy is when they go on a first date or something like that. And then boom, it's over with. It's done. You have lost that. You've truly lost that man forever because you could guarantee when this guy gets into a relationship with a new girl, her contact is going to be deleted. Just like how we know this girl's a red flag. She kept her ex-husband's number this entire time she was with this. I don't know how long she was with this new guy. But I can tell you this much. She didn't delete the number. Like, she's always had the number. I can only assume they don't have kids since they were not mentioned. There's none were mentioned here. So, you kept his number even though you broke up with him. You left him devastated. You divorced your husband of 10 years and you kept his number even though you were smashing somebody else. You moved in with him. I mean, I guess, it's impossible to not know him considering you said that you shared friends. Yeah, this whole thing's a clusterfuck. Communication is the word of the day. Talk. Speak to your partner. That is how this works. If you don't actually say what's wrong with you, that whole, I'm fine shit is going to lead you to heartbreak, ladies. You're going to sit there and go, I'm good, I'm okay. And then you're going to get mad when your boyfriend gets up, goes to play Call of Duty, and you're sitting there silent and looking mad and giving him the silent treatment for, 4 hours. That's what's going to lead these guys into not wanting anything to do with you. You have to talk. That whole acting like you're okay shit only hurts you, because if I actually think you're okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna think I'm no I'm gonna know we're okay. I'm gonna think it, and then I'm gonna know it. When you don't say anything and you're just sitting there not saying anything. Gotta talk. Two people, grown ass adults, not high school anymore. There's a lot of people that have this high school mentality where they just think, oh, I'm not gonna say anything. That's it. That's that. No, you have to talk. You have to talk. Period. So yeah, she, yeah, rose tinted glasses is the least of your worries. You messed up big time, big time, because there's gonna go a time where he doesn't miss you anymore, and he's going to be probably in a, I don't know how long ago this was. I have to go check again, but no, this is crazy. To put it simply, this is crazy. So, straight up, communication. That is the biggest thing about that. No one should have to look half across the room and see you sitting there pouting, obviously mad, and you say you're fine. Because, one, if we know you're not fine, we're going to keep asking you if you're okay. We're going to keep asking what's wrong. We're going to have to guess what's wrong. Sometimes, if we know, we'll just go into talking about it. But the problem is, a lot of people are not mature enough. A lot of people are not mature enough to care about hearing these things. Someone will start a conversation where they're being confronted. And a lot of people don't like being confronted. That's one of the main things. But a lot of times, the person that's mad, aka the person that wants to be the victim, um, you know, uh, they'll dismiss it because they know that when the conversation starts, it's not even about arguing the point, it's arguing to be right. And that's the problem. A lot of relationships, a lot of people shouldn't be in relationships because that's most of the disagreements and arguments. They argue to be right. If someone's not arguing the point, then again, that's somebody that's someone that's going to basically argue and throw shit at you. So at the end, you either apologize, or if you don't apologize and you wind up winning, then you still lose because they're going to take something from you. Don't go through that. I'm not gonna lie to you. In a lot of situations, if you're in a relationship where this happens and someone wants to dominate you and take over, that relationship is not gonna last. And 9 times out of 10, you don't have the personality that meshes with that person. Don't be in a situation where someone's sitting there and making you feel like you have to be a certain way for them to be with them. Because in that case, you're not even yourself. You should want to be yourself. You should be yourself when you're talking to somebody, having a conversation with somebody. No matter what, you should just be you. If you can't be you, that's not something you need to be around. That's not someone you need to be with. It's not a situation you need to be in, because that's what it is, a situation instead of a relationship. Essentially, every time you get past a relationship or past a disagreement or argument, you have saved the relationship an extra 4 days, because the next argument you have very well could be your last if you just sit there and go, oh, I'm tired of putting up with this. Instead, you're having a disagreement. The reason why, and I don't mean to brag, but the reason why a lot of my relationships seem to go well is because I know how to talk. If I see you don't want to talk, I'll give you a little time. I'll come back and I'll talk. I want to talk about it again. I'm not gonna sit there and just go to sleep, wake up, and then you're still mad. No. The key things in relationships is, do not go to sleep mad at each other, because when you wake up, a lot of times people tell themselves that, basically, what I'm going to say is, if someone is fine with not talking to you, if someone is okay with not communicating with you, if someone can tell themselves that they can go a good amount of time without talking to you, that's not a relationship you need to be in. I figured this out the hard way a lot of times, and then there's a lot of times where it'll be a silent time for like an hour, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? We'll have this conversation. We'll fix it sometimes. Sometimes it'll make things worse. Sometimes it'll a disagreement will go into an argument. Whatever the case may be, you have to have these type of things happen sometimes to fix the problem. You have to talk. Even if you feel like things are going to go bad, it fixes things in the end. I've had bad arguments, and it wound up making me and my partner stronger. And we wound up knowing that, how to face our next issue. Sometimes issues got avoided almost instantly because we've been down this road before. We've been down this path before. We know what to say. We know what to talk about. You have to know your partner. Don't sit there and just, assume, oh, he's gonna stop smoking weed. I know it. Like I'll just say I'm mad one time about it, but like, really, he knows. He knows I'm mad, and then he doesn't know, and now you're going to bars with the goal being in mind that you need to go try to, basically be fuck buddies, but you're not actually fuck buddies. You actually care about this guy, and now you're living with this guy while you still had feelings for your fucking ex. That woman is a red flag. Congratulations, you played yourself. If I'm gonna quote DJ Khaled ever, you played yourself hard. Like harder than a lot of motherfuckers that I know. You played yourself crazy. You lost a good man because you were scared to talk. Straight up. Not scared to talk. You felt like you didn't need to talk. If you feel like you don't need to talk, it's probably because you thought that you said that he was a good guy, so you probably assumed, being that he is a good guy trapped in a weed addicted body, you felt like he was just gonna go, okay, well, I see my wife's not happy and stuff, so maybe I'm just no, never assume. Always talk. That's how you're going to fix any issue. Talking. And ladies, that oh, you're mad, oh, pull your shorts down, let me just fix the problem, with my mouth, but not with talking, just let me fix the problem with my mouth. Sucking your boyfriend's dick or your husband's dick and then seeing a smile on his face afterwards doesn't mean the problem's fixed, doesn't mean that is over with. You just made him happy in a different way. So that problem's still there. You just so happen to have sucked his dick too. No. Talk. But beyond that being said, tell me, who was the bigger L in this situation? Who fumbled harder? Was it the ex-wife, or was it the ex-husband? Or was it this new partner that, is going to probably be wind up getting cucked in the future? So, beyond any case, guys, thank you for listening to me. I am Lee. See y'all later.